Yo, what up, everybody? You already know Sly K Loco here with another episode of CannaConvos, and today's a special one, man. We got GCN Network here, C Bunny and Ganiks. How you doing, guys? Bow, 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 bow.
What up?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, so for those who don't know, C Bunny, I actually got her to come out and be her first interview on CannaConvos, which was great, getting her out of her shell.
Yes.
Ganiks has been on here for
Oh,
a long
yeah.
time doing his thing. Well, I mean, a couple years doing his thing, teaching people and all that. And they have a show called Garden Cultivation Network on YouTube. Now, you're going to want to go check them out on there. They also did have a show on Instagram, which was going there, but we left Instagram and everybody's over here on YouTube now. So, it's better. But how you guys doing?
Doing good,
I'm
man.
good.
How you been?
Oh man, I'm just chilling, chugging along, baby. You know life, man. That's
Hell yeah.
nothing you can't do but one foot in front of the other, right?
That's
Absolutely.
right.
Absolutely.
No. So for those who don't know, like I said before, they're on YouTube, and we are going to get into their story. We've had them on before, so there are some older episodes. If you wanted to, you can go back at CannaConvos and see their individual episodes. But for those new watchers, because we have a lot of new people who are always coming in, I know you guys know it. We're going to kind of do a real quick recap on everybody, and then we'll get to moving and talking about the
Hell
weed.
yeah.
Perfect.
All right, so today we're gonna start with C Bunny. Happy International Happy International Women's Day. I don't know how to say that.
Yes.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Merry Women's Day. Happy
Merry Women's Day.
Yeah.
We'll get it next year. It'll be better. But yeah, I wanted to say that. And yeah, how's your guys' day start?
It's been good. Weekend, kids are on March break, so that's been fun. He's got a little friend over, so again, that's fun. The ladies got some water today, some feeding, so they're happy, and day's going pretty good.
I saw that, and it's starting to warm up over there in Canada, right?
It
It
is
is.
finally.
Like tomorrow's gonna be like 8 degrees.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam,
The
bam.
Not
sun's
where
coming
I'm
out.
at, but
It's like you guys could see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? And then spring
Oh
comes.
yeah, man.
oh my
We just had
goodness.
so much snow this year. Like we've had more snow this year than I can remember in like probably the last 5 years. And I don't know what it is about this year, but we just got dumped on over and over. And I'm over
Crazy.
snow.
That's
I don't
crazy,
know.
man. And so, but like, I don't know. I feel like I'd rather deal with a bunch of snow than too cold of snow, because then things break. It's just so hard to go outside. I've only
Yeah.
dealt with that kind of cold that you guys have over there one time, and I was like, "Fuck that!" That shit.
I'm out.
Holy
Got your parka
shit!
on, you got your fur on, like yeah, I
Oh
can see
man,
it. I can picture it
bro.
right now.
I went outside because I didn't know, and I went over here in Montana. And in Montana, it gets negative 15. At that time, it was negative 15. I had never experienced anything like that before in my life. And so when I went outside, I didn't know about parkas, beanies. I barely had a beanie and
Yeah.
a sweater, man. This is back in the day, right? And I get out of the car and I walk from the gas pump into the gas station, and already my nose, nostrils, mucus, and all that shit froze up.
Mhm.
And I was just like, oh my God, this is like
Yeah.
a different kind of cold. But where I was going with that was that spring comes around, and then you guys have a beautiful environment to grow some fat fucking nugs, dude. Holy
Yes.
shit. See, Bunny, I was looking down on your page. You just had your like one of your first posts was one of your outdoor grows. And oh my
Yes.
God, your outdoor grow was just absolutely gorgeous. I have to tell
Thank
you, I
you.
was very impressed. Very impressed. Mine, I've only outdoor. I've only grown outdoor one time, and that was an experience, right? But you look like you have like you've been doing this, huh?
I've been doing outside for about, oh God, we'll say 5 years ago is when I first saw my first cannabis plant in person. And then I started helping with little things like defoliation, watering it. But I never knew that the water had nutrients in it and stuff like that. That I learned later on. And then I just started doing it myself. And It's been about, I want to say, almost 3 years now solo, and I started indoors as well.
Nice. And so that must have been a seeing your first plant like in person. For
Yes.
those who don't know,
Yes.
seeing your first plant in person is it's like almost a religious experience, or like something you will never forget, because it's just something
You
that is
never forget your first.
oh, you're first, baby. You walk in there and you see that plant, you're just like, oh, because it's
You start
at that
singing
time.
the
Yeah, no, you really
Yes.
do start singing shit, because at that time, like it's like a, how do you say, something that everybody has talked about, but you never thought that you would see it in real life, right? And then you
Yes.
do, and you're like just blown. Oh God!
And
For
that's
anybody
when I
out there,
it's
started.
almost like an adrenaline rush to your first time
Yeah.
seeing it, because like my first time seeing it,
Yes.
like it was illegal. You know what I mean? So years and years ago when it was illegal and I see it and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get arrested being in here.
it's
They're gonna know.
like it's like if they could see what you see, you'd be in jail.
Yeah,
Like,
And that's
exactly.
when I also started to learn about the benefits of the plant. Before that, I just smoked to get high. I didn't realize the benefits until I actually saw my first cannabis plant and started to learn about the plant itself. Is what when I learned, while it has so many good benefits than just getting high.
yes, I like to say getting high is a byproduct. Itching out. That's just a little perk
I
to it.
like that.
But getting high part also does help with like pain management, because
Yeah,
like because I've been in pain since I came out of the coma. I just had to deal with back pain, right? And
yeah,
now I'm starting to do exercising and build my core and all that stuff. But before I could do all that, I was just in pain, and all I could deal with was with pills and the opiates and shit, and that shit just makes it
Yeah.
worse and worse, and you just get hooked on the shit, and then it's next thing you know. And I'm terrified of being addicted to heroin, like real heroin, like brown shit,
Yeah.
and
yeah,
that's what happens once you can't get those pills anymore. Most people, they go to that shit because it's
They
cheaper,
turn to
right?
something else. Yep.
Turn to
yeah.
something else. um and so having the weed around just made me like not worry about it so much, and just smoke some fucking weed and not do the pills, because that's over here
Yeah.
in Washington. They said here, they were like, here, you either get the fucking opiates or you get your cannabis. What do you want? And I was like, come on, people.
Hell
That's
yeah.
not even a fucking, that's not even a
It's
debate.
yeah.
That's
Like,
that's dope that they do that though. Like here, they just try to push the pills. Like here, take two of
Yeah.
these and call me in the morning. You know?
yes, actually, you're right, because it was a lot easier to get the pills than it was to get my weed card. Well, no, I take that back. They started making me jump through hoops to get the pills, so it was a little hard. But I
Yeah.
totally see where it can go, and where like they're trying to cut back. Because back in the day, if you just said you had pain and you had insurance, they would just here you
Give
go,
you
fuck,
They
anything.
just throw them
Yep.
at you. Yeah.
just bottles, like crazy ass bottles that you never would think. Like I saw a bottle like this fucking big one time, full of 100. Like had to have been, if they were giving me 100, there had to have been like 200 opiate pills in that shit. I'm just like crazy.
Wow.
Anyways,
That's
weed is
not
a
good.
lot better. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Weed makes
So
everybody happy. Weed
makes
makes people
everybody
happy
happy.
when they don't even know it makes them happy, because people like us are smoking the weed and then we can function in public.
Mhm.
And with us being high or whatever you want to call it, medicated,
Medicated.
the rest of the world is a better place because of that, I think.
Yep.
Yep.
I know that's a fact, man.
So
Shit, when I'm in a better mood, everybody's in a better mood.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
exactly.
get it. You get it.
I know 100% what you're talking about, because when I'm in a shitty
Yep.
mood, everybody stay away from me.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I know that.
how long have you been growing, Miss Ganiks?
Um, damn. I started growing in 2018 was when I started taking it serious. But like Bunny, she helped out with some grows before years ago. Like I don't even know what it was anymore. 20 years ago, I had a buddy that was growing and he had a full basement. He had like a commercial setup in his basement. He rented a farmhouse, and that's all they used it for. So I used to go down there and I'd see like the clone room, and there'd be like 200-300 clones in there at all times. And then they had the veg room, and then they had the flower room, and then they had like the industrial trimmers and all that. And this is like long before I knew anything about growing. So I got to see all that. And then he hooked me up with 4 plants back in the day. Again, probably like 15, 20 years ago. And I grew them with 1,000-watt HPS like
Oh
in a
man, that's
closet, and
heat.
I knew nothing about fans or
That's heat right
ventilation or
there.
anything like that. So like I couldn't even sleep in that. It was in my bedroom in an apartment building. I couldn't even sleep in that bedroom. It was so hot.
Oh
So
Wow.
man.
but yeah, 2018 is when I actually took it serious and started doing research and learning all about it, like Bunny was talking about, learning the benefits of everything, and that's when I really took the dive.
Nice.
So
For those who don't know, HPS stands for high pressure sodium, and
yeah,
they were more. There's HPS, CFLs. There's all these different lights that back in the day was a norm. You know what
Yeah.
Ganiks is talking about here is there was a baluster and a big light bulb, and the big
And
light
it
bulb you
got
used to have to
hot.
screw in, and it got very hot, very, very, very
yeah,
hot. So because
yeah,
it's just straight up, it's energy. So that energy causes heat, and so you have to account for that heat because otherwise you're going to burn your buds. And some of the big ones, they had like a tube connector for a fan to connect into it to be able to blow it off at the same time, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Mr.
think those even
Seeds
came
actually.
after I was using them. I think
Oh
they had
really?
like the glass. They had the bulb within the glass,
Yeah,
and then they had like the two basically like air ducts, so you could hook a fan up
6-inch
to it.
air ducts, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but I think that was even after I was using them, or the one that I was using didn't have that anyways. We'll say that because I don't
Okay,
know
okay.
exactly what year they came out. I don't even remember what year it was that I was doing it. So
Yeah, yeah, so
a long
that's
time
like
ago.
one of those, that technology, guys, we don't use that anymore. That was old technology. It
Yeah,
was hot. It was expensive. It burns up your energy like
Yes. Hard on hydro.
yeah,
hard on
that
hydro.
was the major thing. Like it was so costly to
Mm,
do that. Like
Mm-hmm.
for me, I was in an apartment building, so my hydro was included in my rent, so it really didn't matter for me. But for somebody that's paying for their hydro, it's expensive. When you're running 1,000 watts, you're running 1,000 watts.
oh shit, man! And that is a
So
thousand
it's
watts of energy. That's just like going. The one of the things also that
yeah,
you
you
need to
just
know,
count your
people.
dollars flying out the window.
Yes, and those bulbs would break, and then you would have to
Yeah,
go get a new
Yep.
bulb.
and they were
Yep.
And
expensive too. They were expensive.
there were like 100. I remember there was one I saw. The cheapest one was like $120 was for that bulb, and
Yeah,
I think the one I had because that's what I started out with too. I started out with one of those, and I feel like it was actually a good experience. Okay, because you got to deal with the old technology before it was gone. It's like with tapes and CDs, right? We had tapes and
right.
CDs and shit. These new kids, they don't know what that shit is. Damn it. They're gonna go their whole life not knowing what a fucking tape is. Like,
I
ah,
say tape. My kid goes, "What is that? Like the old school iPods?" I'm like,
ah,
"Get out of here, kid."
go. Just turn around. Go. I played
I was
actually, as a matter of
lucky.
fact.
I got to use the same kind of light for about 2 months, and then I went to Mars.
Nice, good. So you got to deal with
I
those
did.
lights too.
My
Okay.
biggest worry with those lights was fire.
Oh, that's a
That
good one.
was one of my biggest worry about having one of those lights.
Now, because it would get hot and that would happen if and they weren't waterproof,
Mhm.
right? And you have a bunch of humidity and stuff in the tent. So nowadays the LED bars and all the stuff that we use is waterproof. So you don't have to worry about that. But that back in those days, you had to worry about that shit, man. And it made you a target because it made you a big heat signature. People would
Yeah, they'd
see
fly over
you
your
doing
house
that.
with the helicopters with the heat sensor on it. They'd be like, "They're growing, they're growing, they're
Boom,
growing."
boom,
They'd show up
boom.
on that fucking radar.
Yes, man, that shit
Yeah,
was crazy back in those days. Actually, as a matter of fact, I think people are still having to deal with that in like London and shit. Hopefully they're not.
Mm.
Hopefully the technology has gotten to the point to where they don't have to use those things. Now, I wanted to bring up somebody. Rest in peace, Mr. C's. All right. He is a grower that was on here. He was a great friend. He gave me a bunch of clones. Actually, he was one matter of fact the first person to spot me out in the wild and like be like, "Hey man, you're Sly AK Loco, right?" And I was like, I felt like a celebrity. Like I love that guy, man. Shout out to him, Mr. C's. Rest in peace, homie. He
Shout out
was
to
one
him.
when I had him on the show. He was talking about how he preferred those lights, and he would never make the change to LED. And
I see some people that they'll incorporate them both in because they're old school, but they also want to try some of the new school technology. So they'll add that in there as well. Like I think JR Token, I think is one of those people that was using the old technology mixed with the new technology, and he was doing like side by side comparisons, seeing to see the difference for himself, which was
really,
it was pretty cool. Yeah.
it's pretty
So if you
interesting.
don't
Yeah,
know
there's some
who,
people.
if you haven't seen his stuff, go check him out. He's dope.
Go check him out. I'll put a tag on here so everybody could go see him. Um, that technology is dying, but there's still some people who prefer it. So I hope
Yeah.
some of these new growers out there get to go check it. If you're a new grower and you don't know what we're talking about, I'm going to be putting some pictures up here so that you can see what they look like and the little pictures of the bulbs and everything. That way, you can get more caught up with the old technology because I always feel like you should know the old technology just in case and you ever need to use it. Okay.
I agree.
Just in
Yep,
case.
I agree with that.
So does anybody here use DWC? Has anybody used it before? No. All right.
I've wanted to. It's one of those things that how people ask about like synthetic and organic, and people are always like, if you're a synthetic grower, you're scared of organic, and if you're organic, you're scared of synthetic. Well, I look at DWC and it terrifies the shit out of me.
Oh no.
I want to try it though.
Well,
I definitely want to try
yeah.
it. Like I love the fact when people lift up their lid and it's just pure root. I
Root
love that.
porn.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys. I'm same way. Bunny, do you feel that same way? Are you scared of it too, like that?
Oh yeah, I'm again being not new grower, but new-ish grower. I'm still learning the soil, and I would like to know, a lot about one thing before I move on to something else. So until I learn everything I can about soil, which will never happen,
That's
I'm gonna
that's the
stick to
thing.
soil.
Yeah, that's the thing though. If you don't make the jump, it's not like because you could be in soil forever. There's different soils. There's cooking soil. There's building your own soil. There's microbes to put in your soil,
Oh
which
my
I think
God,
you
there's
put
so many.
microbes in DWC. There's like
Yeah.
like I don't know. I say you're certified in outdoor. Like your outdoor is put a stamp on her. She is grade A badass, dude.
Oh yeah.
So you ever feel like doing it? I think we should all try the hydro bucket or that one. That thing looked hella cool. It has the lid open. Boom. That way you don't have to pick everything up. You can still do
It
that.
is cool. I think it's really badass. But like you said,
Yeah.
I think it's that scary, that first jump in.
Yes. So
I
I think
think
I'm
I
gonna do
think
it
what
for
it
all
is
of
for
us.
me, like there's so many things that can go wrong. Like I
Yes.
look at that and I'm like, man, there's a list about this long of things that I could potentially fuck up, and I don't know if I'd know how to fix it.
Yeah.
Where in
And you know
soil
what?
and with DWC too, like you can literally fuck it up completely overnight.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
water temperatures matter. Like you gotta cool it down, and like there's just so much more to it than what I like to do.
Yeah.
So
I feel the exact same way. I have felt like that forever. But I'm starting to make the change because I'm thinking right now, I literally just thought of this right now. There is a big ass list the same way with soil because there's all these
yep,
learning curves that you need to know with soil, like how much to water. Shout out to Matt, shout out to Mr. Broccoli.
Yep.
Huge shout out to him. He is actually a new grower who got a hold of me, and the whole time his last grow, he just didn't know how to water. So his plant didn't grow big. It was always stunted because she was thirsty the whole time. And he thought
right.
that you just, damp the top. He didn't do a complete drench and have the soil all the way. Now that I got a hold of him, now that I'm teaching him how, he's just blown away on how much his plant has jumped back, and I started to do the thing. So I feel like there is that learning curve in all of it. I think we
There
should
is.
stop. We should stop being wusses and go and do this.
Yeah, 100%. But that's what I was talking about, where like if you're a synthetic grower, you're scared of organic, and if you're organic, you're scared of synthetic. If you're a cocoa grower, you don't want to jump to pro mix, and it all goes back and forth. And no matter
Yes.
what you do, we're talking about that list of things that could go wrong. No matter what it is you do, whatever you change to, there's always going to be that list of things that can go wrong. You learned one
Oh,
way, and like for me, I use ProMix, and I've been using ProMix for pretty much almost for forever.
really?
And I have done cocoa before, and for me, it didn't work very well because my schedule, I was too busy. I couldn't be there when they always needed water. I never had like a self-watering system set up back then. So I feel now if I was to do cocoa, I would have a watering system and I wouldn't have to worry too much about that. Where before it just didn't work for me because some plants, you got to water them 2, 3 times a day sometimes, depending on the size of your pots, how thirsty they are. Just dries out really,
Yeah.
really quickly. So that's why I ended
Wow.
up using the Pro Mix, and it just kind of just worked for me, and I never switched. So
Nice. I've actually been thinking about making the switch to ProMix. I met them at MJ BizCon. I went up to the booth and I met everybody, and they were showing me all the different products that they have. Man, they got the ProMix HP. I think is the best one, right?
Yes.
Now,
Well,
it depends on what you're doing though. Like the Pro Mix HP will dry out a little bit faster
okay.
than the BX. I can't remember what the BX is called, but the HP stands for high porosity. So it'll dry
Oh,
out a little bit faster. It's a little bit more airy, where the BX is a little heavier. It retains water a little bit better. It holds the moisture more. So depending on what you're doing, if you're doing like an organic grow, the BX might actually be a little bit better for that because you don't want your soil to dry out as much. But if you're a more synthetic grower, then the HP might be a little better for you. But I'm I've been organic for a long time, and I've always used HP. So you just got to
huh.
stay on top of it a little better.
And I'm assuming if you had a watering system, then you wouldn't have to deal with that problem, right?
You'd never even have to worry about it. You just check it and make sure everything's good. Other than that,
Dude, I'm so getting it. I was over at my grow store, and since I don't know if everybody's been watching or following what's going on with my grow, but it's some bullshit. What is happening with my grow is I have either spider mites or I still have some HLVD,
oh,
which because I used some old soil that I had been cooking out
mm,
there, it might have been contaminated this whole time. And then there was some extra old soil sitting over on the side that I needed to use because I ran out of soil, and I was just like being fucking dumb. And of course I did it. And now I have
yeah,
to deal with the consequences. It is what it is, right? So what I'm going to do is I have to throw away all this soil that I cooked for months and months and months. All right. I have to throw it away. I have to clean out my tents. I have to get rid of the plants, clone them so that they can go. If they have HLVD, it's not even worth cloning them because I have to
right.
kill
It
everything off.
just
Otherwise it
carries
could
on,
spread.
right?
yeah.
Yes, otherwise it could spread. Now, one of the signs of HLVD is the lower bud sites will start to lower buds, yeah, stems and stuff will start to curl up and die. Also with russet mites
Mm,
too. So that's why it's weird which ones that it could be. So I'm gonna go get a machine
yeah,
so I can make sure if it's rust mites or not. But anyways, plants are gonna die. I could either clone it, take a clone. Hopefully, if it's russet mites, I could be dumping them, taking care of them, right?
yeah,
But if it's
Yeah.
a HLVD, then I'm screwed. I just got to start over from all these genetics and just pop new seeds and
yeah.
new
How do you
soil.
how do you clean your tents and stuff after having that? Like,
Well,
what do you like? What's the process for that?
the process is to use bleach. You have to use bleach. Okay, you cannot use alcohol because
Okay.
HLVD is a viroid. Okay, it's a viroid, and viroids are smaller than viruses, so they have basic. They're just the basic building blocks of life, RNA strand, right? So
Okay.
if you use alcohol on it, it won't affect it. Basically, the only thing that kills it is bleach. That's what you got to use.
What
So from now
about
on,
what about using heat? Like, what about using like a steamer?
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Okay.
I hope I'm
I'm
gonna
just
have to
thinking
look
because
into.
I have a I think it's for car cleaning your car, but I have like a steamer machine that I can stand like 10 feet away from my tent. I feel like the Ghostbusters with this thing. Like I can just shoot steam
We'll
at
just
them,
say it.
and that's what I normally use to clean my tent. But I also use bleach as well, so
You
I
know what?
go
That
both
sounds
routes.
very. That's. I'm gonna look it up and I'll put it on here. Everybody out there done editing to see if that does work. I don't see why not. I really don't see why not.
Yeah, I'm
But
not sure. I'm not sure.
could be because the viroids and viroids are just amazing. Like the way the biology works of that organism is just insane to me. No wonder why the plant it keeps spreading and all that because it's just
Right.
the basics. And
Yeah.
so you can't soap doesn't hurt. Soap won't break it, won't kill it because there's no fat. Soap breaks up fat, and that's what breaks up the proteins and da 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 da. But there is no fat on the damn thing, so you can't kill it
Hmm.
with it. Um,
The
yeah,
cockroach
yeah,
of
where we're going.
cannabis plants.
Cockroach of cannabis, baby, and hops too. Hops is
Yeah.
where it
Yeah,
originated, and then
that's where it came from. Yeah.
yes, it originated with hops, and then made the jump from hops to cannabis because they're so similar cousins. So, what do you guys have? Ganiks, have you been growing outside?
I started outside. I've grown outside every single year that I've been growing up until
Nice.
this year. I don't think I'm gonna be growing outside this year, but yes, 2018 is when I put my first plants out in like 5-gallon buckets, shit soil from my backyard. I dug a hole, threw it in the bucket, threw some bag seeds in there, and off we went. But um, it was a good learning experience. I
I remember
used some
those
like
days.
bone meal and blood meal and stuff like that on those. Chicken manure. Uh, I think that was it. I might have started using molasses because I think I heard that was right around the time I heard about molasses too. So I think I started adding that. But yeah, man, I used to grow like 8 foot wide plants. They would be like 6.5 feet tall, but they would be 8 feet wide. So I used to try to keep them below my fence so people couldn't see them. But I
Yeah.
keep training them. I had like bamboo trellises and um, metal cages that went around them. I had two on each plant, a small one and a big one, and I just kept bending the branches down and letting them grow outside of the cage. And I
Okay.
had them in this like 7 foot by 7 foot chicken wire fenced in area. And I'm thinking I can grow like 4 plants in there. Well, I filled it with one. And I was
Oh,
like, oh shit. And it was pushing the chicken wire out, so it grew like about 8 feet wide, and the chicken wire was all bulgy. It looked like a big balloon in there. It's crazy.
beautiful.
But
For those who don't know, if you have not grown outside, it is a totally different game. These plants
oh,
grow huge. I'm gonna put the
massive.
video of Sea Bunny standing next to her plant, and oh my god, this is like
Yep.
holy shit. Sea Bunny, I noticed that you have a like another fence attachment or something so that nobody could see. I just noticed that in the background of one of your videos. Did you have that?
Mine are out. No, mine are out in the country deep.
Just
They can't be seen, so it doesn't matter. But I do
okay.
have like greenhouses and stuff, so you may have seen something like that. I do
Okay.
have like containers in the background, so that was probably what you've seen. Yeah, because I let them get as tall. I don't have neighbors that I have to worry about where my plants are, so which I'm lucky for. But I
Very lucky.
also never got to experience really training much because I started outdoors. So I didn't even know training was a thing until I started indoors.
So you just let the plants grow up as much as they
Oh
wanted.
yeah. Yeah. Oh
Mm.
yeah. We did a bit of lollipopping, a little bit of that, but besides that, like that was it. You didn't touch the plant.
And that's why I don't. Okay, so the ones that you were growing outdoors were those specifically outdoor strains?
Not necessarily. I've grown autos outdoors that were
Oh,
pretty big. I've grown outlaw, which I believe they're a little bit of outdoor indoor. No, it really doesn't. I've yet to meet one that haven't been able to grow outdoors, but
yeah.
That could
Yes.
change.
The plant really loves to be outdoors, man. That's where its original
Yes.
place is. You know, the one thing that I do notice though is the quality isn't as good as indoor.
No.
For some reason, indoor just has more terps, better taste.
I believe in my case, because the way our temperature is, it doesn't get to finish to its full potential before it will start to get moldy or bud rot or whatever. So it has to be cut down. Where indoors, I could keep track on the trichomes. I could let it go as long or as short as I want. Where outdoors, it's when they're ready, it doesn't matter if the trichomes are ready or not. They got to come down.
Yeah, when the
I
weather
believe
tells you it's
that's
time, it's
probably
time.
why. Yeah.
And you,
When the Mother
guys-
Nature says it's done, it's done.
and you guys only get a short period of
Mhm.
spring and to grow in. So I wonder if anybody has ever done like grown them up to a nice veg indoors, then take them outdoors and then instantly flip them by doing the technique where you take a plastic bag or something, you just cover it,
Yeah,
you know, and
like
then
the
you
light
cover that 12-12.
deprivation.
Yes, and
Huh.
then you make that
Yeah.
12-12 happen, right? Even though it's spring outside, you're taking control of the flower. I think
There's a
I
few people
wonder.
that I've seen that have like a hoop house or a greenhouse or whatever you want to call it, and they'll do like that blackout
Yeah,
plastic over
that's what I'm
top of
saying.
it.
Yeah,
And you'll see them like it's time to flip, so they'll just pull the whole thing. They make these crazy contraptions to do it too, man. Like it's
yeah.
intense. It's a lot of work, but I mean, if that's your thing, like a lot of people when they grow big outdoor crops, that's all they grow. You know, a lot of those guys aren't growing indoors; they only grow outside. So they're going for the best of the best that they can possibly get. So they put all the work into it, and exactly what you're talking about. Like it's fucking nuts seeing what some of these guys can do, man.
Beautiful. That's why I'm thinking about making one of those, like a small one out here, so I could just do one plant and just show the process, show everybody what could happen
Yeah.
if you have the right amount of flowering time in the sun. Like,
Yeah.
oh man. But there is that one thing that everybody knows that, or should know, that when you're growing outside, you're gonna have some dirty buds, right?
Yes, sir.
So we got to talk about the technique of washing buds. Do you guys wash your buds?
I actually don't. I just
Oh,
hang
you
I
a
it.
have.
savage, girl. She a savage. Gangster.
I
Old
don't
school.
do it, but I have done it, and if I have to do it, I will do it.
Okay.
I had spider mites one time on an indoor grow, and it happened like in the last couple weeks of flower. So it was
Yeah.
like, oh man, do I cut the plants down, or do I try to wash it? Like, do I let them finish and then I'll wash it and see what happens? If I end up having to throw it out, then I have to throw it out. But at least I tried.
Yeah.
And I did that wash where it's like what is it? It's like baking soda, lemon juice, peroxide, and then water. And it's like a
Yep.
3 bucket thing. And it was some of the cleanest tasting bud I've ever smoked.
Good. And that
To be
technique
honest
does
with you,
work.
like
Yes.
it
I've
was
seen that from Pigeons 420.
dude, some of the water is fucking
I've
nasty.
I've seen that.
Nasty.
Yes.
It
Like it is
definitely
like
makes me rethink about not washing.
That's what I'm saying. If you've never done it before, if you didn't see all the stuff that comes off of the buds,
It's
then you know
crazy.
you just don't know. But now that you know,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
bet you're gonna do it, man. Like, and I've done it. That's what my first grow. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to wash it. You know, the air is out there, it's blowing all this dust. It's sticky. You
Yeah.
know, if you're doing it right, you're growing some sticky icky, right? So, and
Absolutely.
everything loves cannabis. All bugs love cannabis. Caterpillars, fucking everything
Yep.
loves cannabis.
Well, and
So
that's the thing too with the trichomes, right? Like that's like their defense. That's
yes,
there to catch the bugs and to catch whatever's flying around it.
yeah, to
So it
stop from
doesn't eat the
biting the
plant.
stem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
like
my
you look
first
at
grow,
some outdoor plants and you're like, oh, look at that. There's a fly stuck in it, and there's a couple mosquitoes over on that one, and there's bird shit. The birds always seem to like to shit all over your outdoor plants for sure.
I know, right? I think it's because they're over it, smelling it. They're all flying over, like, oh, that smells
Oh yeah.
good. On my
You get one
first
of them
outdoor,
funky plants, and you get like the crows or something. They're probably thinking it's roadkill or something. You get one of those like
yeah,
dank smelling fucking nasty
skunk stuff.
stinky buds.
Yeah. Can't even find that shit anymore. But for my first grow, when I did wash the buds off, I had caterpillars, I had spiders. There was just so many things on there. And
Yeah,
I'm sure you could spray. I'm sure you could, but most people that grow outside aren't gonna spray their plants down. I
right.
mean, especially for those who don't know, you don't want to spray your plants in flower. Don't do it. There's a lot of people say you can do it and don't worry about it, but just for your own health, don't do it yet until we know that you can do it later by science and all that, and we know for sure. But for
Yeah.
right now, you could be smoking all that shit. You don't want to be smoking neem oil. I don't want to be smoking that shit.
No, I won't even
Yeah.
use neem oil unless I absolutely have to. I do have some, and there has been times I have had to use it, and I will use it if I have to. But if I can avoid it, I do.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I use it during veg, though. As veg,
Yeah,
just as precaution, make sure everything's off, and it has a
I see
neem
even
oil.
during veg, like it's still not good, but
Yeah. Some people say don't spray it all,
it
but I'm
it
like,
works very well, you know. So there's times where sometimes I feel like I have to use it, so I do. But like I
yeah,
said, if I can avoid using it, I do try.
nice. I wanted to talk about the hygrozyme, right? Now, what is the hygrozyme? It helps with like
So
fix.
hygrozyme is it's enzymes. So they have an
Oh,
enzyme formula. They have the hydroben is a microbial blend,
yeah.
and then they have the high shield, which is it's a chitin. So it's like
Okay.
it's derived from oh god, crab shells, I believe. So
Okay.
there's what that does is you spray that on your plants as a foliar spray. You can also do a soil drench if you want to, which is how I normally use it. But
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
um, you can use the high shield, and what that'll do is it'll trick your plant into thinking like I'm under attack. So it ups the immune system, and it gets the defenses up against anything and everything: heat, cold, bugs, you name it. Any stresses, it gets the defense up against any type of stress. Um,
And
and
they
then they
also
have
have
the high
their
clean.
nutrient. Oh yeah, and
Yep.
the high clean. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
They have the high clean, which is that was designed for like cleaning out your hydroponic lines, your
Oh,
air stones, anything like that. But you can also use that in your water for your plants. And what that'll do is it'll help break down any of the minerals that are in the soil.
mm.
So you don't get any, you know how you get like salt buildup if you're
Mm-hmm.
if you're using salts and stuff like that, you'll get like a salt buildup
Yeah.
in there. It'll help break all that down.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
And the
the
cow.
enzyme formula, what that'll do is it goes after like root rot, any bacteria that's on the roots. So if you see people using it in hydroponics, you'll see that their roots are like snow white, like
Pristine.
they're
Beautiful.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Because what this does is it goes after the bacteria that's on the roots that causes root rot. So your plants it protects your plants against root rot. You can't cure root rot. There's no cure for it once you have it. All you can do is basically maintain it and stop it from spreading any farther. But if you're using this right from the beginning, you don't really have to worry too much about it.
Nice. And root rot is caused by bacteria, obviously, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
bacteria that like latches on to the roots, and then it'll just kind of start eating away at them, causing them to die off. But this will actually help break all that bacteria down so that it doesn't attack your roots.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Interesting.
it's pretty badass. I love my
Uh,
hydrozyme, man. It's badass.
are you guys sponsored by them?
Yeah, I am.
I'm not. No.
Well, what's up with the code? Where can everybody get a code? Do you have one or no?
We
GCN
don't.
is.
No, we don't have a
Oh
we don't
no.
have a
I
hydrozyme
thought you
code because
said
they don't actually sell it.
That's right.
Ah,
So they supply all the grocery stores, and then you can get it from the grocery stores. But so like there is no actual
so
hydrozyme
they're
code.
Right.
wholesale.
Yeah,
They're wholesale. Okay, all right, all right, all right. So you got to go through your store to go get it. All right, all right. I'm sure you can get it on the internet if you look hard.
yeah. There's all kinds of different places. Like you can buy it all over the place. Pretty much every, I want to say pretty much every grocery store carries it, or you can find it on all the online grocery stores as well. But if you have a local grocery shop, shop at it. Even if they don't have hydrozyme, support your local grocery store before they go out of
Yes.
business.
And
Yes,
then
for
you don't have
reals.
any around, and it's not fun.
Yes, I know. I have two of them, and I'm trying my hardest to like help everybody
We
like go
um,
there because you don't just have to buy weed stuff. Like there's plants, just period
Yeah.
plant stuff. Like they sell cool plants, and it's just a nice place to be.
It's
C
fun.
Bunny, I had some questions here. What has changed for you now that you are more comfortable out on the camera and everything? Like, because you guys are going out to conventions now, you guys are doing all this stuff, you guys are becoming real, like, blowing up. How's everything changed?
um, I've learned a lot. Every show, every episode, I'm learning a lot, like something new. Even this episode, I learned something new.
Good.
So that's definitely changed. I'm more comfortable speaking about the plant, where before I would have never said anything to anybody, because even though it's legal as a parent, it's still very frowned upon and hush hush, right?
Yeah.
So I'm starting to be more comfortable of being like, it's okay to talk about it. We should talk about it. We should bring awareness more to it, whether you're a parent or not. And that's definitely changed a lot.
Good.
Getting to
I
meet
love it.
so many new people and old people in the community has been really, really good.
Good, man. And that's one thing that we're here for. We have been trying to make it normal to talk about cannabis, man. Because this is not it's not a taboo thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just a thing. All those people, the parents out there that be looking down on you, they want to smoke. You
Oh yeah.
Oh
know they
yeah.
want to blaze. If they
It's not they're
Meanwhile,
looking
they're
down on
drinking
you.
and
They're fucking
driving,
they
or
are jealous.
yes,
which
the
is
alcohol.
a whole other subject. But yes.
Everybody already knows. Don't get me started on alcohol, man.
Yeah.
so, So I was gonna bring up your outdoor girls and how nice they look. I've already talked about that, but what are some tips? Because I've been getting a lot of questions from people always asking about outdoors, right? What are some tips that you would be giving the new grower about starting their outdoor?
So, I would say to any outdoor grower, the best tip is to always be prepared weather wise, which is something I've also had to learn myself, because you never know if tomorrow's going to be a windy day or you're going to have hail, especially where I'm at. You could have hail, snow, rain. So be prepared, whether it's with a greenhouse, some sticks in the tarp, whatever it is, to help keep your plants dry or out of very bad elements.
Okay, mine. I didn't have anything covered. Mine. I was just left it in the elements. So she got blew over. She got blew over. I would just come in the morning and I'd fix her and bring her back, and hopefully she dried out. That's probably why I had bud rot. That's probably why I had to
Here,
throw away 6 ounces of
very
weed.
Taking dirt naps all day
hard
long
to get
while you're
weather
gone.
out here. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so that's what everybody keep an eye out for that one because that happens. The weather is just so unpredictable. We don't know what's going to come.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, one
we
minute
need
you
to.
Exactly.
got
Be
nice sunny
prepared.
blue skies, and then the next minute it's fucking pouring rain. And
Guess
your
what? We're
plants,
gonna drench your plant.
if they're
Uh,
but if they got like heavy buds on them and you get a heavy rain on there, like the branches are falling over, the buds get 10 times heavier than what they were originally, and they're falling over, branches are breaking. So
yes,
support, lots of support.
lots of
and
support. Make
air
sure for the. I'm sorry.
and air circulation. So like defoliation, whatever. Make sure don't leave them very, very bushy, because that's a good way again to keep that wetness inside of them. And you don't want
Yeah.
that.
Get
Smart.
yourself a
Very.
nice leaf blower so you can go out in the morning and just fucking blast them with one of those things and blow all that like morning dew off. Works
Okay.
good.
Okay. That's
That
smart.
way you can
That's
try to get
very
as much of the moisture, like the wet, like this, like the rain or the dew and stuff. Like it just sits on your plants, right? So if you can get out there, shake them off, try to get as much off as you can, blow dry them with a leaf blower or whatever you got. Just try to get as much of that water off. That way it doesn't
That's so
just
smart.
soak it up.
That's so smart. I didn't even think of that. Never even thought of it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I like it. So what do you guys have? What do you guys have in your tents? Ganiks, I know that you're in the middle of moving, right? So you won't have a
I
tent
am,
set up.
but I can show you what is about to be in my tents.
Okay.
So I can show you and tell you about them here. So I'm gonna have 2 tents set up. I'm gonna have two
Okay.
3x3 tents set up, and I'm gonna get the one going. I'm gonna start the seeds tomorrow. I've been saying this now for 3 days. I'm gonna start the seeds tomorrow, but tomorrow is really happening. Tomorrow is really tomorrow.
Okay.
So this is gonna air on Monday, so it'll be yesterday. When you guys see this episode, it'll be yesterday I got the seeds going. So I'm gonna do some cherry runts from Copycat.
Oh, fire.
So I won these actually from Bud Trainer did a giveaway 2 Fridays ago, 2 or 3 Fridays ago with 420 things. I think it was 420 things was doing a giveaway on Bud Trainer's show. And
Okay.
I ended up winning the Copycat seeds. I could go to the website and pick whatever I wanted, and I picked the cherry runts. And then I'm gonna do some black sugar by Low Gravity Genetics, which is Lowe's Grows for anybody that doesn't know. And yeah, so I'm gonna do 2 of each of these in that 3x3 that I have set up over here. And then I'm gonna set up another 3x3 beside it. And I'm gonna start those ones in about 3 or 4 weeks. So it's kind of staggered a little bit. So
Then we got a little
that'll
bit
be
of
up.
time in between those two.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't want to be trimming 2 tents at the same time. I'd rather space it out by 3 or 4 weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
That is a fact because your hands get tired, right?
I hate trimming, man. I absolutely hate.
Trim gel is part of growing, guys. We need to
Uh,
make trim gel normal now. No, it's not because I got an AC Infinity trim bowl. I stopped fucking around. I was like, man,
Yeah.
I'm done with this shit. I can't fucking do this anymore. I had a whole team of guys over here doing it. So, I would have everybody here and I'd pay them in weed. And we
Yep.
just sit there, get to trimming, man. But I'm like, time is money, guys.
I
Time
still
is
do
money.
that.
Yeah, and with the
With
outdoor
hand
grows, you're
trimming.
there forever.
Oh my God, yes.
God, there's so many buds.
when
They
Bunny
fucking grow up.
harvests her outdoor grow, you can't talk to her for like 2 months.
Yeah,
Just trimming nonstop.
she's too busy. I had the little light on so I could see, little magnifying glasses. I had everything
Yeah.
ready to go. See, Bunny, I wanted to talk about your captions on your posts. They are so just inspiring, just so nice. Like I was sitting there reading them right now, and I was like, man, she really makes it feel like you can connect. You can relate to you. You're just it's just beautiful. I want to say, keep that up, keep those things going because I know the new growers that are looking at your posts, it really does help to hear that somebody knows what you're going through. Hey, keep your head up,
Yeah.
keep it going. Those words help for a lot of
Thanks,
people. So I just want to throw that out there and tell you, keep it up, killing it. So, do you guys have any conventions or anything coming up?
Not right now.
Ooh, you guys are
I
slacking.
want to say in the spring the Grow Up Conference will probably be back again in the spring, and I definitely would like to go back to that again. That was a lot of fun. We had to meet some cool
I just
people.
forgot you can't come over to the United States, huh?
No, I can't.
And I can't go over to Canada. Weak. Damn, because I was like, I totally would go to one of you guys' conventions, or then I was just about to invite you over here, but I'm like,
You never know, man. Canada might become the 51st state someday, so
We're not going there though.
and then we'll be able to go and see each other.
then there's no imaginary line to cross, right? We're in the same place.
Right? We're
That's
all
right.
in place. That was a good one.
Oh shit. Yeah,
Let's
no,
talk
when we
about
went to the Grow Up conference, we got to meet Jorge Cervantes. We got to meet Ed Rosenthal. We got to meet Mila Jansen. We got to
nice.
hang out with the whole Green Planet crew. That's
They're
because of them.
amazing.
That's why we went to the Grow Up conference.
Yeah, I love the
Got
jerseys
to
that you
hang
guys
out
got.
with the ProMix people. Got to hang out with Tori from ProMix. That was cool.
Yes.
Um,
Nice.
got to meet a bunch of content creators like Northern Scrogger. We got to meet him. Got to
Tommy
Bro,
meet
Chong.
Flower
huge
Fox.
shout out to Northern Scrogger, man. That guy, he is the reason why I got
Yes.
my affiliate. I love that dude. Mad love to him, man. We're gonna be tagging him. Everybody make sure to go show some love to him too. You
Absolutely.
said you saw Tommy Chong?
Yeah, he was
Yes.
there
He
too.
was a
Yep.
speaker there.
Nice. Oh man.
Yeah.
Now that one. You guys, that is
It was
something you
pretty
can
cool. His son Paris was interviewing him, so it was pretty
oh
it was pretty cool to hear him talk about like the olden days, and yeah, it was pretty badass.
He was picking on people in the audience. Like he
Yeah.
was picking on Ed Rosenthal because he was kind of like looked like he was having a nap in the audience. He's like, "Come on, Ed, wake up over there. I'm up here, not over there. Pay attention up here. Come on, Ed." But like, so we knew that Jorge was going to be there, Jorge Cervantes, and so before we went, we've had him on the show before, so we've got to actually sit down and talk to him before. So we
nice.
already kind of knew each other. So I reached out to him and I said, "So we're going to be there. I would love to meet up with you. I think it would be super cool." So we saw him and we walked up to him and he knew exactly who we were, like Mr. Ganiks, Sea Bunny, like he knew us,
Oh,
which
that
was
must have felt
super,
good.
super cool. And so
Super
because I knew he
humble
was
and
going
down
to be
there.
there, I took the book with me and
Got the
he signed
sig.
it.
Nice.
Yes.
So
That's sick, man.
yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah. So that
That
was
one's
pretty
good.
cool
That one goes down in the
hanging
bucket
out with.
list, man. You got to cross that off. Pew. Met him.
Yep.
I don't want to cross that one off yet because I'd like to meet him again.
All
He's
right.
just
Well,
such a cool he's just such a cool dude. Like I'd like to meet him every year.
yeah. Well, and you guys, hopefully he goes back again. That way you guys get to.
Hopefully, yeah.
I know.
Oh, we got to meet
My last
Spartan there too. We got to meet the whole GML team, Spartan Growth.
That was
That was
cool.
dope.
Yeah.
That
Spartan.
was dope.
Bow,
Yeah.
bow, 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 bow. That's the homie right
Yeah.
there, man. I want to see Spartan. Hopefully, we're going to do this fest over here in Missouri. Mo Fest is what we're going to be doing in June. Everybody, if you're out there, anybody, make sure to come check us out. Me, Defiant, some other people they haven't confirmed yet, but we're gonna try to get everybody together. We're gonna be making content. We're gonna be chilling, man.
Awesome.
So this is gonna be it's gonna be a good one. So anybody all the
Defiant's a
other
cool
creators
cat.
out there, if you guys want, I'm sorry.
Defiant's a cool cat. I like him. He's
Oh
dope.
yeah,
Yeah.
man, I love that guy, dude. We're
I
over
got
here on
some
the
of his
west side,
seeds
so we
here
get to
too.
do that.
Actually, man, I gotta get to
Oh
that. I gotta get
really?
to growing them too.
What do you got? Do you got the Oaxacan or the Lebanese?
The Lebanese. Yeah, I got a couple. I got 3 different ones. I think. I don't know. Give me a second here.
Nice. Yeah, he gave me seeds for life. I have so many seeds I don't even know what to do with.
What do I got here?
We also need to talk about your new page, Mr. Ganick, and the whole list. Like, I hate to kill the whole
BC.
mood. Oh yeah, there you go.
The Red Diesel Oxacan. Cross with
Oaxacan.
Oxacan.
Oaxacan.
Is that what it is? Oaxacan?
Yeah, Oaxacan. That's how you say that. So
All right, cool.
Mexican.
So I got that one too. What Sly said. And then the Lebanese with the Oaxacan. What is it? Oaxacan?
Oaxacan. Yes.
Yeah. So I got a
It's
couple
spelled
different versions of that.
yeah, it's spelled way fucking crazy. If anybody doesn't know,
Yeah, I
Oaxacan
would never would have thought that was Oaxacan.
Oaxacan is a is a town in Mexico, or
Where's the W,
yeah,
man?
it's Oaxacan. But yeah, so I don't want to bring it down, but we got to talk about this. All right, it's something that happens to most of us out there. Is the loss of pages. All right, now
Yes.
Ganiks, you're always getting attacked. See, Bunny, you just got attacked, and you're starting to come back. I haven't got attacked yet, but I know it's coming. I'm just waiting any day now. You had made a post, see, Bunny, about how devastating it is because you have a lot of memories in these pages, man. There's a lot
Yeah.
of memories, there's a lot of time, a lot of work and effort that you put into these pages,
Yep.
and they are just
And
getting
you
flagged.
lose all exactly. You lose all record of your grow if you're not smart enough to back it up, like me. So that was the hardest thing about losing the Instagram account, because the way I look at it, if we are friends, you will find me again. So I
Yes.
worry too much about the followers. I can't get back those pictures though. I could get back my followers, but I cannot get back those pictures. The memories will always be there, but it's not the same as, hey, look at this, you know?
It is, man. It's crazy how it just gets gone. You're gone, and then like you
Yep.
wake up and your page and all this stuff is gone, and then you're like, "What the fuck?" Every person I know, J Rats, everybody has said the same thing. Like you wake up and you're like, "What the fuck? Where's my shit? You know, why does it?" And they don't give you any explanation. They don't give you a real explanation. You know, they just tell you that.
I'm pretty sure this time it wasn't for me. I would bet a month's wages that this time it
It
wasn't
wasn't
Instagram guidelines that did this to me.
it wasn't IG related.
Yeah, I mean, it was IG related, but I mean, it was a certain somebody in the community that is mad at me for having sponsors. They're mad at me for having a show. They're mad at me for existing. Like, they're just mad at me to be mad at me. They woke up one morning and they like, Ganiks, I hate you. And they made it super public. They put my real name out there so everybody now knows that what my real name is instead of Mr. Ganiks. So that happened, and then I got my account back, and then I lost it again. And this time it didn't say suspended. This time it said disabled. So this time I was like, she's gone this time. But yeah, like there's people out there, I guess, and you know, like I said, they get mad at you for real stupid reasons. And
Yeah, I see it, man, and it happens. Look, man, all we're trying to do is live. Just trying to do our thing, you know, and it's not trying to cause problems with anybody. If it happens, because it does happen with a lot of people interacting like this, there's going to be some
Mhm.
disgruntled
yeah,
employees or
yeah,
disgruntled
Yep.
acquaintances and shit, and it's gonna happen. Right now, I don't feel like there's a need to be going around hating and attacking people's pages and everything. But of course, they're sitting there thinking, well, you know, I'm gonna hit them where it hurts, and
yep,
it does hurt. You gotta admit, it's little
But the
fuckers.
thing is, you're
But we can
not
bounce.
only hurting that person, you are hurting the whole cannabis community, because you are now bringing attention to the cannabis plant as hate, because they're always being reported. They're always being reported. It's always people with this plant who are being reported. So now you're bringing
yep.
more attention to these guidelines that, you know, so yeah, like I say, there's no point reporting because you're reporting yourself.
Yeah, you're
Just
just
block
hurting
the
the community.
person, move on, and be happy. Do what you
Yeah, that's
came
what
here
I've been
to
trying
do.
to do.
Change the channel. That's all you gotta do, man. There's millions
Exactly.
of us out here. Just change the channel. Go find somebody else.
Yeah, you know what?
Yes.
You don't
You know
like
what?
me? Find somebody else. It's okay. I don't mind. No, and
Yeah.
not
Just
everybody's gonna like me, and I'm not gonna like everybody either. You know what I mean? So like, all we gotta do is change the channel, move on, and just forget about it.
Coexist.
yeah,
Yeah,
coexist and just
coexist.
go
That's
to the
it.
next thing,
That's
man.
it.
And it happens. Well,
So
you know, let's pray and let's hope that it'll move on. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. We'll just keep
yeah,
going and doing it again.
you know
One
what
thing
they
I don't
say.
like.
Seventh account is a charm, I guess. You know,
That's
this
the big number 7.
this
That's
is my
messed up.
lucky number 7. So maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens with this one.
Shit. Yeah, I was over there and I was like, when I first started, I was like, I'm not gonna make a backup account. I don't need that shit. If it goes, it goes, and what the fuck ever. And then I was like,
I'm never coming back.
maybe
Yeah, and
I
you
was
do
like,
every
maybe I
time.
should make up a backup account. And so I made it, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I made a post too. I was like, I'm not gonna do some corny bullshit and just be like Psyche Loco 0.2.0. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's gonna be the name of it. And I fucking deleted that thing.
Yeah, it's funny. I
I
used
was
to be
like, fuck, I need
420 Organics back in the day. That was my name, was 420 Organics. Like I was
really.
this.
Yeah.
You're
This was what my
OG.
Yeah.
logo was back in the day.
Oh man, that's nice, dog.
So I ended up having to switch because I went through like 4 or 5 of those accounts. And then it was
Okay.
just like I was spelling my name all fucked up and I hated the way it looked. And I was like, you know what? I just got to change the name because I can't spell it any way I like it anymore because I've gone through every spelling I like.
Every
Yeah.
way you
So
can.
that's when Mr. Ganiks was born.
Well,
Just
the good thing
shorten it
is
down a little bit.
the nice thing is we're building this platform over here on YouTube and other places to where other people could be able to find us and all this. So we're not gone. You're not gonna really, I mean, like you're a faith in us, but we're still here and we're still going. We're gonna keep it cracking over here where other people can find us. And yeah, they're taking away the power at least a little bit. So we are at the hour mark. I hate to end it like that, but hey, man,
It flew
we-
by.
It
yeah,
did.
it flows.
It always
Every time I
does with
have you guys
slide
on,
though.
I know, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I talk a lot, but I try to keep it to where we're entertained the whole time,
Yes.
right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And then we're able to pay attention, and we can all be
And it's
like,
funny
"All
that you
right."
were talking about you were C Bunny's first interviewee.
Yeah,
You
interviewer.
were
You
the
were my
first person to come on Garden Cultivation Network. You were our very
Oh,
first guest on Garden
and
Cultivation Network.
he was also the first person I ever interviewed as well.
see, there you go,
Boom.
guys. We're
We
just going
got a
like this,
history.
man. We got a history, man, and that's
We
good. I
do.
love to see. I really
Hell
do.
yeah.
I got to tell you, man. I love to see you guys' growth. I love to see where you guys are going. I want to see everything that happens. Always going to be here for you guys, supporting. Even if I'm like disappear or whatever, I'll be liking from the background just in case. And hopefully that doesn't
Hell
happen.
yeah. And
But anyways,
vice versa. Same on this side.
yeah, man. Yeah, and so we're all gonna grow together, and it's gonna be a nice thing. And
Yes.
one of these days, we're gonna meet up and gonna be able to meet in person because
Somehow, some way.
somehow, some
It
way,
Somehow.
will
we'll do
happen.
this, man. It will
We
happen,
could
and
all
then
stand on one side of the line.
yeah, and just be like, this, "Hey, yo, get a selfie with you back there."
There's a
So-
place that we can literally meet right at the line. Like we can't cross the line, but you can stand on this side and I can stand on this side, and we can literally like shake hands,
yeah,
high
and it's
five each
fucking
other at the line so we stop.
yeah, man, shit. And hey, I'm up here in Washington, so we're up north anyway, so I'm close to you.
Yeah.
We can get up there. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming on. I wanted to say, and everybody out there, I'm going to be putting all your tags and all that to where to find them. Is there anybody sponsors or any codes or anything that you guys wanted to promote?
We got the CannaCon. Use code
Okay.
GCN at the checkout. Save yourself 10%. We got Bud Trainer. Save yourself 10% with code GCN. Spider Farmer on spiderfarmer.ca. I don't know if it works on .com or not, but CA for sure. Code GCN again. That one's I think 8%. And then Miss Bunny has the Green Planet as well, and that's also GCN, right?
GCN, yes. Yes. I
But
can't
you
remember
got
the
you got
exact
both Canada
percentage.
and US on that one, I believe.
Yes, I do.
So
Yes.
.com and
With
.ca.
GCN. Yes.
All right.
So
So
And
we can all
don't forget to
get
check
those
out
products.
Garden Cultivation Networks as well.
yes.
On
Over on
YouTube.
YouTube,
On what day are they?
Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. when we bring our guests on for like an interview, basically like what we're doing here. And then Friday nights we do the Show Your Grow. So anybody from the community, you got a garden you want to come on and show us, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over there. You can come on, show your plants, hang out on the panel for 10, 15 minutes with us. And shit, basically like what we're doing here, but you get to show your plants and then you jump off and the next person comes on. So it's like a show and tell.
It's definitely a
Yes.
good time. And just huge
Yeah,
shout out
it's
to all
fun.
the moderators, J Rads, Canalicia. Is Canalicia one of your guys' moderators? No,
No,
not
we got
Canalicia.
we got J Rats, we have All That's Green, Miranda,
That's great.
we
Okay.
have Lil Boov, and we have Shane P037.
All
So
right.
that's the mod squad, and they're in the chat. They're like Paul Blart Mall Cop. They're in there just taking care of business, dealing with
Nice.
shit.
Making sure everybody's respectful and positive. We're just here to bring awareness and positivity.
Good, man. You got to
So if
have
there's
that.
And they're over there
anything, yes,
making
it's gone.
making some they're over there making some videos and shit. They go above and beyond the moderator
I know.
Oh,
the
they
moderator
do.
duties,
We
man. They
appreciate them.
yeah, it's crazy what they do, man. So
Yeah,
yeah, we
J-Rats is
appreciate
killing
them.
it out there. I know his
Yeah.
videos are just absolutely great. The content that they're making for you guys is just amazing. Everybody's doing a good job. Love to see the growth. Hope you guys keep killing it and make it all the way to the top, man. Don't forget about a pimp when you get all the way to the top, guys. Okay.
Oh no. Oh, you'll be coming back. Don't you worry. You'll be back. You'll be back.
Hey, I'll be there as a guest, man. All right, guys. Have a good day. Everybody out there, make sure to use code SLY at Seasman.com to get yourself some of the genetics that I have, peyote Skittles. You can get all this other badass genetics right there. And come see the next episode of CannaConvos next Monday, 6 p.m. PST. Late.